Guo Jing isn't the greatest martial artist in the wuxia world. He isn't clever. He's naive. He's easily deceived. And he's nearly died, not once, but many times. What saved him every time? It wasn't his martial arts skills. It wasn't luck. But it was a girl whose mind works 10 times faster than anyone else around her, Huang Rong, and she's far more dangerous than she appears. How did this wild girl from Peach Blossom Island become the savior of a great martial hero like Guo Jing and the backbone of Xiangyang's defense? Let's explore her story.
At the end of the Southern Song dynasty, when the empire was on the brink of collapse due to waves of Mongol invasions, a figure emerged who relied not on brute strength, but on intellect. From a wild girl disguised as a filthy beggar to the mastermind who held back millions of enemy troops for decades. The world knows Guo Jing as a great hero, but behind every one of Guo Jing's decisions, there is one name that often goes unnoticed: Huang Rong. Why did Jin Yong call her the female Zhuge? And how did she evolve from a rebellious child into a leader who sacrificed everything? Let's begin her story.
Origins and genetic heritage. Born at the end of the Southern Song dynasty, Huang Rong was the only daughter of Huang Yaoxi, the Eastern heretic. Her intelligence was no accident. Her mother, Feng Huang, possessed a legendary photographic memory. She was able to memorize the entire contents of the 9 Yin manual in a single reading, before succumbing to exhaustion and dying while giving birth to Huang Rong. Raised without a mother on Peach Blossom Island, Huang Rong was taught not only martial arts, but also mathematics, the 5 elements theory, astronomy, and literature. However, her intellectual freedom led her to rebel. She ran away, seeking a world broader than her father's island. On the mainland, she disguised herself as a filthy beggar, seeking a world broader than the walls of her father's island. During her escape, she met the only person who didn't see her filthy appearance, Guo Jing. Tactical rescue and intelligence as a weapon. From the very beginning, Huang Rong had served as Guo Jing's tactical shield. When the 4 ghosts of the Yellow River and Mei Chao Feng were in pursuit, Huang Rong used her wit to successfully rescue Guo Jing, who was still weak at the time. She employed culinary diplomacy, the dish 24 bridges on a moonlit night, to persuade Heng Qigong to teach the 18 dragon-subduing palms to Guo Jing. Without this skill, Guo Jing would never have become a formidable martial artist in the Jianghu world. And when Ouyang Feng threatened their lives for the 9 Yin manual, Huang Rong provided a reversed version. Ouyang Feng went mad. His chi flow became chaotic. Guo Jing's greatest threat was neutralized not by a sword, but by a woman's ingenuity. But in the martial arts world, intellect alone is not enough without physical strength and legitimacy.
She had also once underestimated an opponent she considered dull, such as Qiu Chen-ren of the Iron Palm sect, thinking her cleverness was enough to outwit the opponent's strength. The result? She was severely wounded by Qiu's Iron Palm, nearly killed, and required healing from Reverend Yi Deng. That moment taught her, in the Jianghu, intelligence without caution is a big problem.
Martial arts, legendary armor, and sect traditions. After Heng Qigong was severely injured, Huang Rong was appointed as the 19th Beggar sect's first female leader. Heng Qigong taught her the dog-beating staff technique, along with the legacies of Peach Blossom Island, Falling Flower Palm, Jade Flute Swordplay, and Divine Finger Flick. For defense, she relied on the soft hedgehog armor given to her by her father, a flexible armor capable of deflecting internal attacks and saving her life countless times, including from Ouyang Ku's physical assaults and harassment. With Huang Rong still alive, she could continue to serve as the mastermind protecting Guo Jing. But becoming leader isn't just about skill. According to tradition, a prospective leader must undergo a ritual where sect members spit on them as a symbol of humility. Huang Rong, a beautiful girl of noble island blood, willingly bowed her head and endured this filthy tradition solely for the legitimacy of leading the Beggars Guild. And this ensured the Beggars Network became strategic eyes and ears for Guo Jing's defense. However, her toughest test did not come from the outside, but from slander that nearly destroyed their relationship. The test of love and the murder slander. Their love is tested by politics and slander. Before meeting her, Guo Jing had been betrothed to Xiangyang, the daughter of Genghis Khan. Huang Rong had once been so furious that she left Guo Jing twice due to her jealousy. The first time was when she encountered Xiangyang, who had been wounded by an arrow, and witnessed Xiangyang's affection toward Guo Jing. And the second time was when Guo Jing failed to annul the engagement following his glorious victory in Samarkand. But the darkest trial came when Guo Jing's 5 masters were murdered on Peach Blossom Island. Huang Yaoxi was accused of being the culprit. Guo Jing, who held fast to his loyalty to his masters, severed ties with Huang Rong. This is where Huang Rong's intelligence shone brightest. In an empty temple, alone, she managed to uncover the truth. The real masterminds behind the murders were Yang Kang and Ouyang Feng. When the truth was revealed, Guo Jing realized that Huang Rong's love was not only sincere, but also loyal to the truth. From a girl chasing love, she transformed into a woman protecting her family.
In Return of the Condor Heroes, Huang Rong transforms into both a mother and a general. Her protective nature often turns into bias. She tends to turn a blind eye to Guo Fu's mistakes, and her past trauma involving Yan Kang makes it difficult for her to trust Yan Guo at first. This prejudice nearly ruins their relationship, until Huang Rong must fight against her own ego to acknowledge that suspicion can be a destructive poison. When Yan Guo faces trouble in Heartless Valley while pregnant, she decides to help him. This allows Guo Jing to focus on defending the fortress. Every move she made was to ensure Guo Jing wasn't crushed by the burdens of family and war. But the real war didn't stop at the family. They were tested at the walls of Xiangyang. The defense of Xiangyang and the legacy of the sacred weapons. For decades, Huang Rong was the mastermind behind the defense of Xiangyang. She managed logistics, coordinated the militia, and adapted General Yu Fei's war strategies into real battlefield tactics. Without her strategies, Guo Jing might have fallen earlier. But when the city was finally besieged and fell, Huang Rong and Guo Jing made a brilliant decision. They hid General Yu Fei's Wumu military strategy book inside the Heaven Sword and the 9 Yin manual inside the Dragon Saber. These 2 heirlooms were forged from Yang Guo's heavy iron sword, as well as Yang Guo's gentleman's sword and Xiaolong Nu's lady sword. The philosophy behind this sacrifice was clear. The heirlooms were destroyed, but their knowledge was spread for future generations of rebels. About 100 years later, during the time of Zhang Wuji, Huang Rong did not merely save Guo Jing's life. She saved his vision, his idealism, and his legacy so they would not perish with him. That legacy lived on long after their life had ended.
Cultural impact and on-screen portrayal. Huang Rong was a breakthrough character created by Jin Yong. She is the antithesis of the traditional passive wuxia heroine. She is agile, cheerful, intelligent, resourceful, and commanding. In TV series, her character has been portrayed by Barbara Yong, 1983, agile and sweet. Zhao Sun, 2003, assertive and intellectual. And Bao Xiangyang, 2024, commanding.
To this day, Huang Rong remains relevant as an icon of early wuxia feminism, proof that intelligence, courage, and leadership know no gender. So, what keeps Huang Rong alive in our minds?
Huang Rong proves that in a world dominated by brute strength, the mind is the deadliest weapon. From a beggar girl to the mastermind behind the nation's defense, she saved Guo Jing time and again, physically, emotionally, and ideologically.
Which version of Huang Rong do you remember most? Or which of her rescue moments stands out the most? Share in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more wuxia stories. See you in the next Jianghu.